Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! You are watching the latest episode of Jonathan Clarke Video Blog streaming live on my YouTube channel. Once again, thank you guys so much for the love and support you have shown this YouTube channel. Because of you, this YouTube channel has seen almost 100,000 views in the last year. Thank you so much for all the love and support you have shown this YouTube channel. And I want you guys to know something. I will never go away. I will always be here out of love and support for your favorite Descendants of Zombie stars, because when I see them faced with all this criticism, there's got to be something we can do about it. Because Descendants of Zombies fans, I have come to realize, have a greater appreciation for this franchise than they are ever given credit for. They believe in it so much, so why are we shutting down their hopes and dreams and trying to take it away from them, everything they've built up for the last 10 years? Because this has been the greatest decade of my life. I hosted a radio show out of my parents' basement ever since I was 13 years old, and I wanted more than ever for my voice to be heard and my message to be taken seriously. And I was never taken seriously because I was uploading a review of Crash Bandicoot or Donkey Kong Country. And now 25 years later, I finally have fallen into a niche where I see a greater appreciation coming from the production value, coming for the stars, the star power, the infamous star power that backs Descendants of Zombies. And because of the infamous star power that has backed Descendants of Zombies for the last decade, Kylie Cantrell, Dove Cameron, Freya, Skye, Malachi Burton, they are faced with criticism every single day they open their eyes. I want Freya Skye to know that her greatest friends were each and every one of you. I want Kylie Cantrell to know the same thing. Because every single night that they miss their friends because they cry themselves to sleep because of a review of some critic, because their performance didn't live up to their certain expectation value, their greatest friends and their greatest supporters came from each and every one of you. And I saw that every single night that they stepped out onto the stage of the Worlds Collide Tour, because you guys showed up with an unbelievable amount of love and support for your favorite Descendants of Zombie stars, because you wanted to alleviate the pressure that was on their shoulders. I mean, they were under so many restrictions. There were things they couldn't do. There were things they couldn't say. It was almost like they were living inside of a box. But you outshined every amount of criticism that they were faced with, and you brought the best out of this performance, from the production value to the script. It was absolutely amazing. The duets by Malachi Burton and Freya Skye, how emotionally connected they were with the fans. It was a moment in time that I seriously wish could have lasted for forever, and if I could freeze it in a time capsule, it would have been those moments at the Worlds Collide Tour. If there was anything that Descendants of Zombies taught us, was just how valuable time really is, because time always runs out. So it's all about what we do with the time that we are allocated and the decisions we make, because of course there are consequences to every decision that we make. And there are more times than we're ever given credit for that we wish we could either freeze time or go back in time to fix some of the mistakes we've made or tell more people that we love them. I have been very honest with each and every one of you, because I record these videos with an open heart and an open mind, and I am far from perfect, ladies and gentlemen, and so we all are far from perfect. And that's what Descendants of Zombies has taught us. It's just how valuable life is, and how every lesson that we learn in life is something that we take with us long after we leave something behind. And I have an issue with saying goodbye to franchises, so I never ever want to say goodbye to this franchise. So for however long I can keep it alive, I'm really going to put my heart into these videos out of support and love for Freya Skye and Kylie Cantrell, just to let them know that the love and support will forever and always exist, even if it is just on this YouTube channel. The reason why this YouTube channel is the #1 Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel in the world right now is because, not just because of the 100,000 views that have happened for this YouTube channel. It is because of the heart that I put behind every video when I talk about Descendants of Zombies, because that's what I do. You know, come to think of it, I don't know if there's anybody that actually talks about Descendants of Zombies for the purpose of a reaction video, perhaps. I don't know if you call back talking about Descendants of Zombies or not. But I think there is a greater appreciation than a video uploaded by a girl who wears cat ear headphones and meows during her video, or some guy that wraps himself around with a blanket in his mom's basement reviewing Descendants of Zombies. I think the greater appreciation and the value is seen in the fans who believe in this so much, which is why the greatest honor of my life is creating videos for people who watch these videos every single night, making sure there's something new on this YouTube channel. Because I'm going to tell you guys something. If there ever was a guy who loved Alice in Wonderland, both the animated and live action, it was this guy. I thought Alice was so curious, she was so full of life, her curiosity sometimes got the better of her, but I love the idea of a girl chasing after a white rabbit down a rabbit hole that had been closed for years. And I think that Kylie Cantrell brought Princess Red to life under a lot of bizarre circumstances, mind you, but she was able to do it. And I think that she had a lot of doubt in her mind if she was going to be able to pull this one off, but it was something she wanted to do. And the reason why she was able to bring it to life so effectively and so powerfully was because it was something she always and forever wanted to do. And I know this, and I understand that, and I can appreciate that, because I read the Alice in Wonderland books. If there ever was a fairy tale inspired by a book, I read it. And I really appreciate how people who are fans of books, like Alice in Wonderland and Twilight, have subscribed to this YouTube channel, because my heart goes out to each and every one of you, because you understand where I'm coming from. The great thing about Descendants and Zombies is the incredible reach that it has, and you have no idea who's going to subscribe to your YouTube channels. There are artists subscribed to this YouTube channel musically. There are poets subscribed to this YouTube channel who share their poems with me all the time, and it means so much to me that you guys send me your poems. Thank you so much for that, because it shows me what kind of work ethic you put behind and what kind of passion you draw from franchises such as Descendants and Zombies. I want to let you guys know that I do read your comments. I may not respond to everybody, but I get an overflow of comments sometimes, and I want you guys to know that I do read every single comment. Thank you so much for that. That has led me to believe that Descendants and Zombies fans are the most incredibly supportive fans in the world, and you guys have deserved way better reviews than what you've been seeing on YouTube. When somebody uploads a video about Descendants and Zombies and can't understand what a vampire and a daywalker is, it's a pretty duh concept. I mean, a vampire is a creature that exists in the nighttime solely, and a daywalker is a vampire that can exist in the daylight. I don't know if they need a special ring or not. Do you guys remember on the Vampire Diaries how they had the special rings to walk in the daylight? That was kind of really cool, and how they changed up the script, of course. Eventually Elena fell in love with Damon, and then Stefan fell in love with Caroline, which was something I was hoping for. I know that Freya Skye was a really big fan of the Vampire Diaries, and I would love to binge watch that entire series with Freya Skye, because I understand where she's coming from. Her heart is definitely in the right place. And when she discusses things like the Vampire Diaries, she's trying to relate to each and every one of you, hoping there is a Vampire Diaries fan probably watching her interview. I think Freya Skye needs to be up for more PR. I think she needs more exposure, and I'm hoping that Leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour will give her the opportunity to do just that. I see a greater appreciation in the stars of Descendants of Zombies than I have for any franchise that I've ever had the honor of talking about or being a part of, because I was there for the red carpet premieres of High School Musical in Hannah, Montana years ago. It's really hard to believe it's been 15 years since Hannah Montana came into our lives and left it forever an always lasting impression on all of our hearts. But when you think about the impression Hannah Montana left on all of our hearts, it was just for a short amount of time, and it just kind of faded off into obscurity and eventually became forgotten about, because I can upload videos about Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus today and not get as many views as I probably would have gotten probably 15 years ago. But you can talk about Descendants and Zombies for forever, and people will forever and always love you. I mean, it's been 10 years since Dove Cameron became one of the biggest celebrities in the world, and people are still looking her up on YouTube, and people never fail to talk about it. It was almost like Miley Cyrus just showed up for a brief moment and just vanished off into obscurity and was forgotten about. It's only recent when Miley Cyrus does an interview now, she'll probably get a couple of thousand views. But the thing is, I can upload a video about Hannah Montana and nobody's going to watch it. But I can upload a video about Descendants and Zombies and get hundreds of views and probably 5-6 subscribers per video. It really makes this the greatest honor of my life, and I think the best way of showcasing a passion for a franchise is talking about it with emotion and talking about it with a certain value of pride. Because when I saw Freya Skye's music videos for Can't Fake It and Gold's Gone, I fell in love with the performance level. I fell in love with the passion that she exemplified. The outfits were gorgeous. Her dance moves were at an all-time high. The energy in that room was absolutely incredible. And seeing her bring those performances to life at the Worlds Collide Tour, she deserved a hell of a lot more credit than she was ever given. And that respect came from each and every one of you. It wasn't because of a big-time YouTube creator and a big-time YouTube channel that was in attendance, because you guys outshined every single one of them because of your passion for Descendants and Zombies and how much you actually believe in these franchises. I have never been a part of a franchise or a review where I've seen this much energy and this much hope for the foreseeable future. You know, you guys will forever hold on to the belief that Zed and Addison will reemerge in the Zombies franchise. Some way or somehow, it's bound to happen because of each and every one of you, because they're in popular demand. And because Freya Skye and Malachi Barton are in popular demand and they have a foreseeable future with the Zombies franchise, we can see up to 4 or 5 new Zombies movies, because there are endless amounts of opportunities to create off of this. You know, years later, many years later, after shows like Boy Meets World and Buffy the Vampire Slayer faded off into obscurity, there are people who never forgot about the impact that they made on their hearts. There are people out there that are diehard fans of Twilight that still binge watch the entire saga. It's because of the passion that you have for it. And I would venture to say, if I had to make a random guess, 20 years from now, people will still be talking about Descendants of Zombies, the stars themselves. I would even go for a reunion. If we can see a Good Luck Charlie reunion put up by E.T., a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion, a Simpsons reunion, we can get to the point where we can see a Descendants reunion being in the conversation. And probably even Dove Cameron coming back to reprise her role, because I've never even shut the door on that. As much as it's a reality now that Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson have left their Descendants past behind them and have desperately tried to do it, I think you just can't walk away from something after doing it for 15, 20 years and never expect to return. Because there are some of the greatest of all time who will reemerge when even we least expect it. Which is why I've never closed the door on Ruby Rose Turner returning to reprise her role as Bridget, because you just can't walk away from something after doing it for 2 decades and expect never to see you again or hear from you again. Which is why I think there's a greater appreciation and ever so much more hope than ever given credit for with these franchises. It's a 5-star production, and there's obviously more opportunities than ever given credit for in this franchise. I mean, you take China and McLean. She had fame from Ant Farm years ago. That was forever ago on Disney Channel. And then from out of nowhere, I remember seeing her name in the credits of Ant Farm. I see her name in the credits of Descendants, and I say, okay, China and McLean, here we go again. And it became one of the most revered roles that she had ever had before. I know on times people thought of her as a crazy Ninja Turtle that was always ready for action with the high action and stuff. But it was really cool seeing what she brought to this franchise, because the contributions of these stars and the star power that backed Descendants of Zombies was truly unforgettable. It was a moment in time that we wish could have lasted for forever. And to be honest with each and every one of you, if it were up to me, I would make sure that Descendants of Zombies would last for forever, because I know how much it means to each and every one of your hearts. You look forward to new Descendants of Zombies videos on your tablets and your phones every single day. And never a day goes by that someone never fails to hit my subscribe button, even if it is in the late hours of the night. Somebody always subscribes here because they wait on a Descendants of Zombies video. There are people who watch these videos so excited to hear what I have to say next. But in every video that I upload, rest assured, every video I upload will give you hope for the foreseeable future for Descendants of Zombies, because so many people have tried to take it away from you for far long enough now. And I think that if there is a future for Freya Skye, let's talk about it. If there's a future for Meg Donnelly, let's talk about it, because Dying Art is getting great reviews on megdonnelly.com, and FreyaSky.com, the layout of that website, is incredibly beautiful. I used to design websites for the high school that I attended for many, many years, and I've never seen such a beautiful website collaborated that Freya Skye has at FreyaSky.com. You can buy her merch out there. Her album is up for sale. It's a beautiful website. And that's coming from one of the most highly revered website creators of all time, and the most valued YouTube creator, obviously, of all time now, because I'm uploading a lot of great Descendants of Zombies videos on the #1 Descendants of Zombies podcast on the internet. And it's beyond me why D23 or Disney.com has not gone through with following through on producing a Descendants of Zombies podcast for each and every one of you. I would gladly host it. If Disney would contact me to host an official Descendants of Zombies podcast, I would gladly be more than obliging to be a part of it, because I think there is a certain value and an appreciation that goes with hosting these kind of shows. When a girl shows up at your door every year dressed up as her favorite Descendants character, how can you not appreciate that or see the value in that? Why would you go on YouTube and criticize that when so many girls see idols in people like Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson and believe in it so much that they too have had a forever and lasting dream of wanting to be a part of this franchise? Why take that away from somebody? Can we at least give somebody hope for a change? Can we at least post reviews of Descendants of Zombies that are actually meaningful, that succeed in touching somebody's heart? Because that's all I've ever wanted to do with the videos that I've uploaded for forever. I've always wanted to touch somebody's heart. In some way or somehow, I like to believe that I've done that. I like to believe that I've succeeded in doing that. In a 20-minute video, a 25-minute video, a half hour, I can produce so many commentaries of Descendants of Zombies and keep going on and on and on. Because if I was a fan of a franchise, without a doubt I played the video game. If I was a fan of Hercules, I played the video game on the very first PlayStation. I bought my first PlayStation for $209 at a local Toys R Us, and I thought I had the world at 12 years old. And one of the very first Disney games that I played that was really lifelike to me, that I brought to life, was Hercules, based off the original classic movie in 1997 with Tate Donovan doing his voice. And it was the most realistic adaptation of a Hercules game. If I watched the Gargoyles, the movie, I played the board game at the end of the movie because Disney would put out a movie and the board game instructions and the playout would be at the end of the movie. So you'd have to watch the movie and then play the board game. If there was a movie based off a video game, I had both the movie and the video game, and I was a huge fan of it, and I would forever and always support it. So everything Descendants and Zombies is happening for 25 years later. If there's one guy on YouTube you can always depend on for great videos about Descendants and Zombies who sees the value in the product forever and always, it's this guy. Trust in me and I will never let you down, guys. Please hit my subscribe button, please hit my like button, and come along with me on this incredible journey because I have a lot to say where Descendants and Zombies goes because it had a profound impact on my heart. No matter if you're talking about the original cast or you're talking about the up-and-comers Freya, Skye, and Malachi Burton, who look adorable together. Many people were trying to convince me they looked adorable together, and I'm buying into it now more than I ever have because I see the potential that exists in their hearts. And I think that you guys have deserved way better videos than you've been seeing about Freya, Skye. The only videos you're interested in are videos where they actually do interviews, which I can understand because nobody really cares for a reaction video. I mean, let's be honest. Some guy sticking himself in the right-hand corner of the screen. What do they know about Descendants and Zombies? And you have to question the value in the video because have they ever actually watched the franchise? Because the question I have is, if you're a fan of Descendants and Zombies, what moment meant that much to you that made you a fan of Descendants and Zombies? What moment in time did time stand still, almost as if it froze, that made you a fan of Descendants and Zombies? Think about it. In that brief moment of silence, what triggered a memory for you? Was it that opening scene for This Is Going to Be My Year when they were dancing and they wanted to be a part of the cheerleading squad and the football team? Was it that moment they met in the zombie safe zone when they bunted heads and Addison unfortunately punched Ed in the face? What moment for you stood out about Descendants and Zombies? Nobody who does these reaction videos can actually point out those key factors that made Descendants and Zombies such a profound success. It was a sci-fi musical that nobody had hope for. That's the reality of it. It was called a mere copycat off Descendants, but look what it became. It became a global phenomenon, took the world by storm, and thousands of people fell in love with a franchise that really captivated them. And for those of you who don't know what captivate means, it really left you at a loss for words. You didn't know what quite to make of the moment you were lost in. But it was because of the success of Freya, Skye, and Kylie Cantrell that these franchises exploded. They are pop icons. If there ever was a definition of pop icon in the English dictionary, which I'm sure there is, if you were to look it up, there would be a picture of Freya, Skye, and Kylie Cantrell next to the definition. I have forever and always believed in their potential. I forever and always believed in their story, and I hope that Kylie Cantrell and Freya Skye have the opportunity to write their own memoirs. I know Jessica Simpson had the opportunity to write her own memoirs many years ago, and she became a superstar because of her success as a pop star and an actress, although her music career succeeded the expectations of everybody. And come to think of it, I was the biggest Jessica Simpson fan in the world. If there was a Jessica Simpson poster to have on your wall, I had it. One of my best friends, his sister, knew I was the biggest Jessica Simpson fan in the world, and she used to collect Jessica Simpson posters to give to me to hang on my wall. And come to think of it, actually yesterday I saw the cover of Jessica Simpson's debut album. It was called Sweet Kisses with I Want to Love You Forever on it. And it got me to thinking of how much success Jessica Simpson had and she'd seen, and how much success Kylie Cantrell is going to see. Because if there ever was an argument presented to the next Hannah Montana, Taylor Swift, or even Jessica Simpson, it would have to be Kylie Cantrell, because she's come so far in such a short amount of time. And this is just merely scratching the surface of what she has yet to accomplish and what she has yet to see. And I, for one, have never felt so intrigued by somebody's presentation and how she sees the value in each and every one of you, because she makes you feel as if you're a part of Descendants. And that's what really gives me a greater appreciation for this franchise. Because we can go see the new Mission Impossible tomorrow, but are we going to feel immersed in it? Are we going to feel a part of stuff when stuff starts blowing up and shit starts flying? Are we going to really feel immersed in this like we do with Descendants and Zombies? No, because the production value is just not there. But because of what Zombies presented for us and the value of the script, more people believe the chances of a zombie apocalypse happening more than ever before. Ever since I saw Zombies, I was expecting a zombie to jump through my window every night the new moon was full. I was expecting to hear werewolves howling outside my window. And I actually live in a house that is actually near a soda plantation and a chemical plant. I was inspired to live in one because of what Descendants and Zombies introduced me to. The concept of a lime soda plantation explosion and people turning into zombies because of it. The cartoon openings, I absolutely love those in the Zombies franchise. And I hope they keep rolling with it by Zombies 5, even if it doesn't happen for another 5 years. The thing about the gap in between the releases of the movies, it will allow time for the development of a very powerful script. And I think some of the most powerful scripts have yet to be developed for Descendants of Zombies. And in time, we will have a greater appreciation for what Descendants of Zombies is going to offer to us. Because we can go see a movie tomorrow that we can't make sense of, like Freakier Friday's reboot, which was phenomenal. But in saying that, we can go see something that makes no sense to us whatsoever and fall in love with a different franchise, or we can just keep on waiting and holding on to the hope that Descendants of Zombies is going to be something absolutely spectacular, because it really is. It really is. At 5:39 p.m. this evening, I'm getting this video out a little bit earlier because I had some time on my hands. The fourth video of my final videos that I'm doing today. This show airs every morning between 8:35 and 9:05 a.m. for those of you who are new here, newly subscribed. So there are up to 3 to 4 videos every day. I have a movie premiere to attend tomorrow. I believe I'm going to see Tron Ares tomorrow, so I'm going to be attending that premiere. So I'll make sure some videos are uploaded before I head out to that. Again, I have a greater appreciation for the whole Disney franchise as a whole, and in every description of my video it says you will have a greater appreciation for Descendants and Zombies and everything Disney after you watch at least one of my videos. And I'm hoping that happened for you, because I really do love talking about the franchises that have forever and always meant so much to your heart. And I think there's a greater appreciation from the host of a show who talks about Kylie and who talks about Freya, because he knows how much they mean to your heart. And that's where the other videos don't really add up and don't really follow through with their promises, promising you Descendants videos, because it's just a mere, opinion they give, and they just want you to hit the subscribe button for the sake of hitting the subscribe button. For me, it was never about monetization opportunities. It was never about being a part of a YouTube partnership program. I just wanted to be on YouTube. And from the very first moment I had the opportunity to be on YouTube, I wanted to showcase these franchises for their true value. I wanted to showcase your favorite stars for what they really meant, not only to you, but to me too, because I'm just as big a fan of Descendants of Zombies as each and every one of you are. And I'm here to tell you guys, for those of you who may have been led to convince that this story is over, oh, believe me, this story is far from over, and we still have a lot of conversation to get to about Descendants of Zombies. And I don't know about you guys, but I'd just love for you to be a part of it. I would love for you to come along with me on this incredible journey that you girls have had me on for forever. From the very first moment a girl showed up at my door on Halloween dressed up as her favorite Descendants character, I think it was Mel, and before she ran off into the night after I gave her a Kit Kat bar for her Halloween bag, she told me to go watch Descendants and Zombies, and a year and a half later, I'm sitting here with the most popular Descendants and Zombies YouTube channel in the world. Geez, thanks guys. Thank you so much for all the love and support you've shown me for Descendants and Zombies, because I never thought these videos would have such an incredible reach. And because of each and every one of you helping me discover the power of Descendants and Zombies, you guys gave me incentive to come back. After 7.5 years of being out on hiatus, you guys forced me to come back, and now I'm your voice of Descendants and Zombies, and I couldn't be more honored than what I am now talking about your favorite stars, because there is a certain way to showcase these franchises and showcase them for their true value and their true worth, and that's all I've ever wanted to do. I've never ever wanted to take this franchise away, or any hope that you may have for the foreseeable future for either one of the franchises, because going forward, I give you my word, I will forever put my heart into Descendants of Zombies and put my heart into each and every one of you. And if there's one guy on YouTube you can depend on for great videos, it's this guy. So if you have not subscribed, or you're thinking about subscribing, I think you're really going to like it here on this YouTube channel. October is going to be a big month. We have the countdown to Halloween, and come to think of it, I actually just got done watching the retro copy of It, that movie about the alien in the clown suit. I think his name was Pennywise, and I was really freaked out by it. But I'm getting amped up for Halloween. I'm really excited about that, and I'm really excited to discuss Descendants and Zombies with you guys all throughout the month of October. So if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, I think you're going to want to think about doing that, because I have a lot to say where Descendants and Zombies goes. Guys, thank you so much for all the love and support you've shown this YouTube channel forever and always. We are in love with Descendants and Zombies, and there's a greater appreciation to be had for these franchises, and an appreciation that I would love to share with each and every one of you. Keep kindness in your heart, guys. We will talk again tomorrow morning about Descendants and Zombies, because this conversation never seems to end, because there are 600,000 fans of Descendants and Zombies on YouTube, and because there are 600,000 fans on YouTube of Descendants and Zombies, that means I've got a lot of Descendants and Zombies fans to meet, and I've got a lot of work to do, and we will get to that tomorrow. Guys, thank you so much for all the love and support you've had for Descendants and Zombies over the years, and for the foreseeable future, I guess all that's left to be said is stay calm and zombie on, guys, into the foreseeable future.